Hello everyone, my name is Sufyan Wali, a PhD student at Muhammad ibn Abdullah University at Fes. I will be presenting our work which is entitled as Al-Qadi, a virtual judge for the Moroccan law system. This work has been conducted by me, Sufyan Wali, Professor Said Al-Gurwani and Miriam Shajeh. Before starting, I would like to thank the jury, the organizer, and everyone involved for this opportunity. I will begin my presentation with an introduction. Then the materials and methods used, and following I will be present the result achieved by our model. Finally, I will end with a conclusion presenting the different challenges confronted during the building of the Al-Qadi chatbot. Without any further ado, let's begin. Let's imagine a scenario where a person orders you not to park your car in a certain place. You might wonder, based on which legal references am I or am I not allowed to park here? Or you are required to fill a formal appeal within a legally prescribed deadline. A short sentence yet raises many legal questions, such as what is the formal appeal process? What is the deadline? What happens if I miss it? How can I defend my right properly? Even though these questions seem simple, answering them requires knowing the country legal rules. And getting these informations usually takes a lot of resources and often requires hiring a lawyer, which is very costly. This makes citizens more vulnerable to misinformation, scam, or even having their right violated. Artificial intelligence, particularly large language model, has advanced rapidly. In recent years, driving automation across fields like healthcare, education, and coding, a key development of the emergence of a human-like chatbot such as GPT, DeepSeek, Mistral, Claude, Google Gemini, and Bard, which enable coherent, context-aware conversations and also reasoning-based conversation. While these technologies thrive in high-resource language like English, their adoption in low-resource language such as Arabic remain remain limited due to the lack of linguistic tools and resources, leaving significant gap to be addressed. In this paper, we present a virtual chatbot designed for the Moroccan judicial system. A chatbot capable of interacting with users in Darija through both text and voice. Our main contribution are threefold. First, we created a high quality dataset covering a wide range of Moroccan legal cases and judgment. Second, we developed an LLM-based model that explains legal concepts and predicts possible outcomes based on users' action supported by real legal references. And third, we built a multimodal chatbot that supports interaction in both text and speech. Now let's move on and present the methodology we opted for building our virtual judge system. As shown in the slide, the main pipeline step begins with dataset building, and model evaluation. We will explain each step in details. To build an EA assistant capable of answering users' legal questions and realistically predicting ju- judi- judicial outcomes based on users' described action, we created two datasets, a legal article dataset and action consequences dataset. The legal article dataset covers a broad range of Moroccan legal provisions, focusing on three main branches: criminal law, family law, and civil law. These legal articles form the foundation of the Moroccan justice system. The action, the action, the action consequences dataset is a realistic collection of user-described action involving illegal acts, paired with the corresponding judicial judgment issued by real judges. The data was collected from multiple sources, including the Al-Mahkamati website, and each entry was manually verified and validated to ensure clarity and accuracy for our model. For the model building, it can be divided into four main principal components. Our system starts with speech to text model. In this, we use the Google Speech Recognition API, which accurately converts spoken Moroccan Arabic into text. Our system uses a retrieval augmented generation approach to connect users' question with the legal knowledge base we built. When a user asks a question, their query is turned into a vector and compared with the vectors of legal document to find the most relevant one. These documents are then passed to the language model to generate answers. The key advantages of RAG is that it grounds responses in real, up-to-date legal information instead of relying only on the model's memory, which requires frequent updates since law frequently changes. After retrieving the most relevant legal text and cases, they are passed to a large language model for reasoning. We chose Llama 3.1 with 8 billion parameters because it offers both efficiency and strong reasoning ability. Finally, to support speech interaction, we added a text-to-speech model. For this, we fine-tuned the cookie TTS model and we customized its tone and pitch on a Moroccan standard Arabic style that mimics the voice of a real judge. Now let's move on to the result. To evaluate our model, we used both quantitative and qualitative approaches. For the quantitative evaluation, we used cosine similarity. This matrix compares the meaning of the model's generated answers with the references answers in our validation set. Applying this approach, we achieved a highly promising result, obtaining a cosine similarity score of 87%, which indicate a strong alignment between the system-generated responses and legally grounded references answers. For the qualitative uh, evaluation, we asked 5 participants to interact with the system and to evaluate their interaction experience from 1 to 10. The majority of users rated their experience positively, especially in terms of the model understanding of complex query and the added convenience of voice interaction. However, some users noted areas for improvement, such as the limited range of legal content and the responses generation speed. These observations provide a valuable insight for refining the system in future iteration. While this sample is not statistically representative, but it offers an overview of the model's capability and great potential. The Al-Qadi system also showed a strong result in extracting similar cases and relevant legal article for each user query. As shown in the figure in the left, the Al-Qadi not only retrieves relevant article but also integrates precedent cases through semantic similarity research. This combination ensures decisions are based on both accredited law and real-world example, which is exactly how judge operates. And it can also extract multiple samples and example when users enters an example or query that combines multiple felonies. In the right figure, the system successfully generated a decision covering multiple felonies with a single action, proving its ability to handle complex scenarios across different legal domains. Overall, the system demonstrates logical coherence, accurate references, and clear explanation. This makes the Al-Qadi not just a legal reasoning tool, but also a valuable assistant for educational purposes. legal advices, and automation in the Moroccan justice system. Despite the promising results achieved by the Al-Qadi, minor limitations are encountered through its development and implementation. One of the major limitations is the dataset size and the cover of multiple domains, which can be enhanced in order to enrich the model's answers and covering multiple domains. Also, the computational requirements are substantial, as the Llama 3 one 8 billion parameters and the RAG-based retrieval component demand powerful GPUs and large memory, which makes deploying these models difficult and expensive in research. And also, having more research can help in including or using a more powerful model such as DeepSeek 624 billion parameter, which can also enhance the model's reasoning approach that can generate a good result. Finally, while the Al-Qadi generate realistic and contextually grounded responses, these outputs are not legally binding, and ensuring transparency, fairness, and safeguard against misuse remain a critical challenge in deploying AI in the legal domain. And to this point, we have reached to the end. Thank you for your attention, and you are welcome for asking any questions.